Hi folks, Gordon McGuckin here from Apex Music, back with another video. Today we're going to look at the program OBS and we're going to be setting it up for streaming. We're going to be running a series of these videos more focused at musicians and artists and performers that are sort of moving to the online platform of live streaming at the moment. So we're going to mainly focus on them during these videos, but this is a real basic video about how to get OBS opened up and start streaming. So let's jump right in. So first thing is first, we go on to the OBS website, which is www.obsproject.com. All of these links that we're going to be going to are going to be in the description of the video anyway, but we go here and we head on over to the download page and we choose basically what operating system we're using. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to be downloading this. As you can see, I already started the download. I already have it, so I'm not going to let that finish downloading. And whenever we download it, we open up and this is the window we see. So as you can see, it's a fairly, might be a bit daunting at start, but it is a fairly easy program to use when you kind of know what you're doing. I'm just going to move my camera here for a second so you can see these controls. So more or less down here, this is your scenes window. This is your sources, your audio mixer, and all your controls are over here. So today we're gonna really basically get you set up in OBS, and we'll be getting video and audio in. As I say, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on performers, musicians and stuff like that. So we'll show you how to attach your interface, and then whatever interface you're using, you should be getting audio into it. So basic rundown of everything you're seeing here. Your scenes are more or less, they're your separate windows within your, basically your project that is going on. So for instance, if you were performing live on Twitch, you maybe want to have an introduction page, then your main page that shows your camera, and maybe like a be right back page, and then your outro and stuff like that. So you can set all this up in your scenes pages. You can have as many scenes as your computer can take. And then over here we've got sources. Your sources are more or less what you're adding in. So your camera, your audio interface, your text, whatever it is, they're going to be known as your sources in this program. And then we have your audio mixer. Your audio mixer is, as it says, it's a mixer to control all your audio signals. We've got scene transactions, which is more or less what happens between each scene. So these scenes that we talked about before, whenever you're going between them, what does it do? Does it fade? Does it cut? Does it swipe? Does it star swipe like in Windows Media or Windows Movie Maker? Then we've got your controls as well, and your controls is basically where you start your streaming, you can start recording. You got this really cool thing, start virtual camera, which is basically you can make your computer think that OBS is actually a webcam, so you can put that on the Zoom, whatever it is. You got studio mode. Studio mode is more or less when you have it on and you're streaming, this is your program over here. So your program is basically showing you what is live at the moment, and then you can preview your other scenes, and basically you can look through them, which one you're going to go on to next, and then hit transition and it transitions over to it, whatever transition you've set. And then you've got your settings and your exit, obviously. Down here is a little cool thing. It actually is showing you the amount of CPU usage that's going on in a percentage, and what basically you're outputting at frames per second. It tells you how long you're live for and how long you've been recording for. So there's a few things there. Obviously this main black thing is your main canvas that you're going to be putting all your sources onto. So let's take a wee look here. We'll have a scene here. Let's just set it up as our main camera. So we've renamed this scene as our main camera. So now we're going to actually add our camera into it. So we basically go here in sources and hit the plus button, and this will open up all the different things that we can actually add in. So down here we've got video capture device. That's basically, that can be your webcam, your camera, or anything like that. So I'm just going to name this camera. Once I click onto this, it will give me a couple of options. So there you can see it has already detected my Game Capture HD60 Pro, which is my capture card in the computer. I could go through that, and there's my webcam. You can see the way it's set for that. Sometimes the default isn't what you want. You want to put on custom and adjust your resolution maybe to 1080, something like that, to make it a bit bigger. For now, we'll stick with the capture card. So as you can see, it has already pulled in the camera, and it's pulled in the audio from the camera. So this is basically the audio that you're hearing right now. So this is our main camera here. If we didn't want to use the audio from that camera, it's as simple as just hitting the mute button. You can turn it up, you can turn it down. You can also go into your properties, and you can switch it off. In here you can set it that it's taking audio from somewhere else, like your desktop audio, whatever it is. There's also your advanced audio properties, so you can adjust it to mono, you can monitor it if you want. You can do a few different things there. There's a sync offset as well that I don't know if you've seen there, but I'll actually click back on that and show you. So sync offset, that's really good if you maybe have like multiple cameras and audio devices and maybe they're not syncing up. Then you can actually adjust the audio sync in that, and that can actually push it back and forth and try and line things up. Unfortunately it is manual, but you know, it's not that hard to sort of work out. It's normally roughly about somewhere between 10 and 20 milliseconds. So anyway, we've now got our camera in. It's what it is. It's there. So say for instance we wanted to add in some text. You can right click here and let's just go to text, and let's just say hello. Let's just say, hello, my name is Oren McGuffin. So, oh, where have I gone? So that's run away on me. Let's remove that ad again. Let's just say hello, because it was quite big. You can obviously select your fonts in here, whatever you need to do. I won't go into too much detail about that. So there you go. You can right click and go into your transform stuff, and it's fairly easy to line things up and make it a bit more symmetrical. So yeah, so if we wanted to also add in maybe our audio interface, we would be clicking in here and going into our audio input capture, and then this would give us all our bits and pieces here. So for instance, I've got the line in on my Tascam US 1800. There's nothing going through it at the moment now, but we'll just rename that. You really do want to rename things as you go, because you will get quite confused after a while once you have a lot of stuff going on. So then this renames it audio interface here. So yeah, that's more or less setting up that. Let's add another scene in. Same thing, we hit plus, and let's just say intro. So let's maybe add say we had some sort of an image. Let's just go for a color source and let's make it a nice, I don't know, there's like an offbeat red kind of thing. And then we can add in some text and just say anything along the lines of starting soon. Right click onto that, transform, and center screen. So you can have anything there. You could have a video playing, you could have a nice picture, whatever it is, whatever you've got set up. And then whenever you switch over to studio mode, this will be your live, and then we can be viewing this, have it all ready, and it's just a case of hit transition and fades nicely in. So yeah, so that's fairly basics of getting things put in to that. There's a few other bits and pieces about actually putting your stream up. We'll go through the settings here and give you a bit of an idea. So in your general, it is honestly just your language and stuff like that. Other bits and pieces like preferences and stuff. Did I change that? Did I do that? I did. So you go in here to your stream tab, and this is where you can choose where you're streaming to. So you've got Twitch, you've got YouTube, Facebook Live, you could restream, Twitter, Periscope, and then a whole bunch of other ones in here that you can also stream to. You do want to kind of keep to the same ones. You can go to custom, add in your own with the server and stream key. So let's just go to maybe Twitch. Yeah, so if we click onto the Twitch tab and click onto connect account, brings you here, you can log straight in, and that's honestly the handiest way to do it. Or even if you have restream or something like that, it leaves you logged in, means you don't have to continuously put a new stream key in every time you want to stream. It's just there, ready to go. So say for instance we have that set up. Also down here tells you your maximum video bitrate and maximum audio bitrate. You can obviously ignore that and go over it, but you're normally best just sticking to it. So let's go to output. This is the simple one. You can use the advanced, but we'll just stay on the simple here. So the video bitrate, I honestly just always leave it at 2500. I've got fast enough internet and I've never really had any problems with it. Audio bitrate is obviously always set to 160 as well. So we've got this thing here in encoder. That basically is, it's basically telling OBS what part of your computer to use to encode the video for while you're streaming basically. So if you click on here, it should normally be always set to, I think it's probably going to be set to software, this X264. If you have the likes of a NVIDIA graphics card or another graphics card, it will give you additional settings. I have a 1050 Ti in this computer, so it's showing me this hardware NVENC or whatever, NVENC, and that's what I use because that then tells the computer, or OBS tells the computer to use my GPU, the 1050 Ti, to basically do all the encoding, and that takes a lot of strain away from the CPU when you're streaming. Over here is your recording, so basically where does it record to, what is the record quality, and what's the format as well. In here we've got audio. I always just leave it to 28 kilohertz stereo. You can obviously set up your own global audio devices. So if you've got your own interface, you've got different mics. If you want your desktop audio to come through as well, and stuff like that. You've got your meters and other bits and pieces for monitoring, and you can set up a few hotkeys as well. Head on over to video here. So this is really important as well. Most of the time you are going to want to have your base canvas resolution set to 1080, which is 1920 by 1080. That just means that basically it is set up as a 1080 canvas for you to build on. That's why whenever I automatically attach my camera is coming in at 1080, and whenever it automatically does that, it's automatically it's set to that size because the camera's 1080 and the base canvas is 1080. So it's always better to do that. Now we've got our output scaled resolution here, and we've got our common FPS values. So the output scale resolution, now most streaming platforms, Facebook, Twitch, all those ones, it's normally all set to 720, and you can't really go over that. Facebook, you can't go over that at all when you're streaming live. Twitch, you can't go over it until you reach maybe an affiliate or a partner or something like that. So you're always better just scaling down your resolution to 1280 720. So that basically leaves you're still HD, but because you've set your base resolution as 1080, it's basically taking a 1080 canvas and scaling it down. Now if you set that to 720, you'd be scaling everything down yourself, and you wouldn't actually be doing yourself any favors. It just wouldn't look as good if you set your camera to 720 and stuff like that. So these settings are quite good for getting the best quality. As well as that, you've got your FPS. I always just set to 30 because there's nothing I'm really doing. Maybe if I'm playing games and stuff, can put it up to 60 frames, but once again, a lot of streaming platforms cap the FPS as well. So then after that, you've just got your standard hotkeys, and then we go into this advanced tab, and I always just set the process priority to normal. We don't want OBS to pull things, so if we're playing a game or maybe we're using a DAW or anything like that, we don't want OBS to pull any processing priority away from them. Most of this is all already set, so I don't touch any of this. But yeah, that's it, more or less set. We are ready now just to start streaming, so it is as easy as hitting start streaming and away we go. It's not going to do anything because I'm missing the streaming key, but it would be as simple as that. You would hit start streaming and we would be streaming straight to Facebook, Twitch, whatever your setup is. So yeah, that's a quick rundown of everything. We'll just jump back over to this, so there's only one of my face. So yeah, that is the rundown of how to get OBS set up for using. I'll be doing a couple more of these videos going into a little bit more detail about actually how to adjust audio, how to set up other things, and yeah, just focusing a lot more on actual performers, because that's who I'm catering to and that's who want most of the help at the minute from myself. So yeah, I hope this video really helped. If you're enjoying it, if you could please subscribe to our YouTube channel, go on over to our Twitch and follow us if you have an account, like this video, and if you want to see more, hit that little bell notification and you'll get notified whenever we upload the rest of the videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video. If you have any videos you want us to do or any queries, hit us up in the comments and let us know. Thank you very much. Good luck.